Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Hated 11 Movie Reviews. I am your host for today, Jeremiah the Revelist. Today's a new day, a new review. Don't forget to subscribe to your boy for movie reviews. And today I'm going to be reviewing Transformers Year One. So Transformers Year One, it's a new animated movie, and it's an origin story on how the Autobots and the Decepticons became that faction, and also the creation of Cybertron. When I first heard about this movie, at first I was actually intrigued about the story itself. But when I saw the first trailer, I was like, I am not feeling this. At first, I thought I would not watch this movie. But then I had to think about it because I was like, I remember back in when Into the Spider-Verse came out, I didn't even like the trailers. I thought that movie was going to suck. And then, come to behold, that was my favorite movie of the year. That was like a surprising movie for me. And then I was saying, well, maybe it would end up being like the Ninja Turtles movie, Mutant Mayhem. I hated that film. So I was like, going into this, will this be Into the Spider-Verse or will this be Mutant Mayhem? So I walked in, watched the movie, and guess what? I actually enjoyed it. This is actually my surprise movie of this year. Like I said, I thought it was going to suck. And this movie was actually enjoyable. This movie was actually great. I couldn't believe it. It was a surprise for me because I like the fact how they expanded the lore. How they, came up with a story on how Cybertron was created and how all these robots were created, and it was freaking interesting how they did it. And you got and then like the whole thing of Optimus and Megatron, those weren't even their names at first. They have different names, and they become best friends, even brothers. And then the whole transition on them to becoming enemies were really done really well, because you got this story where you got Optimus and Megatron. They're like the lower of the lowest. They're part of the these robot miners that they don't transform. So the classes of robots is you got the ones that transform. Those are like the most popular robots, and then you got the ones that don't transform. They're more of the slaves. They're miners. They mine for energon, and I like the transition, how Optimus feels like he's more than this, and he feels like that with Megatron. He feels that both of them are more to this. They want to help and save Cybertron. He wants them to do amazing things, but Megatron, he kind of doesn't feel like that. He kind of feels like, no, this is who we are, so we gotta accept it. But Optimus, on the other hand, is not. And the whole transition, especially to how Megatron, you end up loving Megatron. And then his transaction to being the evil bad guy that we all know from the Transformers movie, it becomes sad because you love these two together. They're like buddies, they're brothers. And once that gets ripped apart, it's like it rips out of your soul. You know what I'm saying? It was so like, oh, why? And it's like, and those transitions to that made that movie really good. The animation was great. I really did enjoy the animation as well. But there's a couple of things that bring the movie down for me a little bit, and that was the humor. I wasn't feeling the humor that much. It was a hit and miss for me. At times I was like, yo, this is funny. I really enjoyed it. And then at times it kind of was a little jarring. Just a tad. And I guess because I'm not used to Transformers having humor like this. You know what I'm saying? I'm not used to the Transformers having these type of personalities, I guess. Because in the original Transformers, they're a little bit different. And I'm a big, huge fan of the Transformers franchise. Still unapologetic. I love the original 80s animated movie. That's one of my favorites. And I love the original Transformers movies, and I do like some of the live action ones, but the humor wasn't silly. But for some apparent reason, the humor in this was too silly, especially with Bumblebee. Like, Bumblebee was a very hit and miss character for me in this film. At times, I loved him, he was great, but at times, he kind of got a little annoying for me. And that brought the movie a slight down for me. Other than that, this movie is actually really good. The story itself is good. They do have a good balance of the film, but like I said, the silliness wasn't for me. Maybe for other people it'd be really good for them, but for me it didn't hit as much. So what did I think about this movie? Is it a love? Is it a hate? Or is it something in between? Yo, I give it on the real for real. That's right, I give it on the real for real. I did really enjoy this movie. This was, I could say, a surprise Transformers movie. I really thought I was gonna hate this movie. I went into this movie thinking I was gonna hate this movie, and I actually did enjoy it. If you're a Transformers fan, I advise you check out this movie. It is a good time. If you're not a casual Transformers movie, but you do enjoy some of the Transformers films, I advise you check it out. Bring your kids, watch this movie with your kids. It is a good animated movie, like hands down, really good. Check it out. So like, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you thought about Transformers 1. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Or is something in between? Let me know. And also let me know, what is your favorite Transformers movie? Or did you really love the 1980s Transformers film? Actually, what is your favorite, like, Transformers series? Was the original G1? Was it the new gens? Or was it Beast Wars? Or Beast Machines, or any of the new Transformers animated shows? Let me know in the comment section. And also make sure you subscribe. I'm trying to get a 500 subscribers this time around. Help a boy out. I really do appreciate it. You can also catch me on Kapowie, a pop culture movie blog where you get your fixes on video games, movie reviews, comic book reviews, and all that fun stuff. Just click in the description below. And you can also catch me on all the social media platforms like Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube, and also Instagram at Hated to Love It Movie Reviews. And I'll see you when I see you. Peace.